Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Imagination Megapark. In the last episode, I created this big factory building here with 4 new rides for the park. And with that, the science station area is mostly filled in with rides. There's some more detailing to do here and there. Now, today I want to fill up this last area of the Misery Marsh in 2 sub-areas. This darker purplish one and the cyan green one. And I've already planned out several rides that I wanted to put in these areas. So I think it will be a really fun episode. Now, before I start any building, let's first go name several more mechanics after people who commented on the last video. Right here you can see the mechanics who have been named after people who commented on the last video. Thank you so much for leaving such nice comments. Some of them were especially heartwarming. And hope you enjoy inspecting rides in this park. Now, and if you also want to become a handyman or mechanic in the park, just leave a fun or interesting comment below this video. Alright, something which I'm actually going to do first in this area is work a bit on this wall here. I don't really like how this blackish grey wall really stands out against the pitch black ground and foliage that we have here. So I'm going to make it a little bit darker with some ruined pieces. Alright, I think this is looking a lot nicer than the way it used to look. And I'll probably do something similar over here for the map edge. I think that will also look much nicer than having this kind of wall here. But yeah, the map edge will be something that I will work on in a future episode. Now, something else which I want to build over here in this area. This a ride type that we don't have in the park yet, which is a Family Boomerang. And I think a Family Boomerang will work quite nicely here, since it's mostly just quite a narrow strip of land that we have here. I think it will be fun to have a Family Boomerang where the coaster dips up and down several times, and the path leading to the station, which will be over here, will actually snake under the coaster several times. I think that will provide for some fun path interaction. So yeah, let's go build that coaster. Okay, here's the new Family Boomerang. At least the station here then drops down. It goes over the path several times. That's what I meant with that I wanted the path to snake under the ride. And I tweaked the ending a bit here, so that the front vehicles actually go slightly over this hill before it goes back to the station. Now it's really tight. The margin for failure is pretty small. And these brakes over here, they're absolutely necessary for preventing a train full of gas to actually crash. An empty train is fine, but a train full of gas would actually crash here. So yeah, definitely something that would fit right into Class Action Park. Now, I did actually build a similar ride to this in Class Action Megapark with a similar ending, but there the trains would just go up instead of follow the curve down, and here they actually follow the curve downwards a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I see a notification that this ride has crashed, but so far so good. And here's a little pit, and once again I used these flames in the void color to give it a sort of shadowy flame effect. I think this also looks pretty nice. Now, I also made another tentacle here, which extends just over the track. Some more of these carnivorous plants next to here. Yeah, I think it's a really cool ride to decorate the edge here. Now, next I'm going to work on a new coaster that's going to fit in this cyan green area. And the ride type that I want to use is the single rail coaster, a ride which we don't have in the park yet. Well, we have a few single rail coaster tracks in the park, used for various purposes, but no single rail coaster yet. So that's a ride type that I'm going to build here. Now, I don't build these very often, but I do think I have sort of an idea of how I want to do this layout. So let's go. Right here you can see the new single rail coaster layout. Now, it hasn't really been decorated yet, but that's something which I will start on in a bit. I did do a little bit of custom supporting here, as you can see over here. I tried to also add some of these large diagonal supports, but I found they didn't really look nice, so I removed those. And instead I just added some of this mini suspended coaster track. I think it looks pretty nice. Now, around the Cobra roll here I did add some of these single rail supports. That's because these upside down supports, which support the track from above, they're always aligned on the edge of a tile, as you can see here. And that makes it really easy to just put some other track against it. A track that's supported from below, it's usually in the middle of the tile, then you have to move it around before it will look nice to support it. But yeah, maybe I'm just rambling a bit too technical for your enjoyment. Anyway, before I start decorating the rest of this coaster, there's two more rides that I want to add. I think here's a nice space to add one of these simple shoestring rides. We'll just have some jet ski vehicles going around in a circle here. And over here we also have quite some space remaining. One attraction that we don't really have in the park yet is a crooked house. So I think we can just dump one of those inside a temple, and that would probably also make for a cool ride. So yeah, I'll add those two things first. Alright, I've added 2 more rides here. Here you can see this ride, which I named Swamp Peddlers. Now let me quickly paint the land black under it. Alright, much better. It's just a simple carousel. Looks like it's getting inspected. A simple carousel, just a simple track with some of these swan vehicles. Yeah, I colored one of them a different color, just to give it some character. But yeah, not really much to say about this ride. You can see some swamp water under here, which these swans travel on. Very simple structure, but I think it's always... yeah, these mini carousels are always a nice way to fill some space you have left over in the park. Now, and over here, I made this Temple of Illusion. Yeah, this temple looks quite a lot like the other temples that I've built. And under here, you can see a crooked house. Yeah, also not really much to say about this. And this actually marks the border between the cyan colored area and the purple area. I really love watching this coaster dangle so precariously here on the edge. Anyway, with these rides done, I don't think I really have space to add any other rides here without doing some awkward pathing. So yeah, I will now focus on decorating this single rail coaster here. Now, it's quite a bit of space that I have here for decorations, so we'll probably see some more of these routes that I've created here. Right, this area is now fully decorated. Now I start off by building this little jet ski ride here in the corner. It's not actually a shoestring, but it has some straight track here with a station, so it just does several circuits around this platform. Now the rest of this area, well, first off I created a nice little station here. It's actually a pretty simple station building, but what's interesting here is actually this transfer track. So I tried to make it look like it actually has this scissor lift here, so that the track could come down and the train could be stored under the station. Now, maybe not very realistic. I do know some coasters actually do have a lift which brings them up or down. I believe a big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach also has a lift. But probably it's a bit more sturdy than this thing I made here. Other than that, for the decoration here, well, you can see I put some more of these roots here over the queue and over the coaster. Also put some of these this foliage on top of the root in some spots. I think it looks pretty neat. Also provide some interaction here as the coaster passes under or over it several times. But yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with all the decorations I put here. It does tend to blend in a little bit in this area, mostly because everything is either black or this shade of green or cyan. So I also decided to make some things a little bit green, in the same tint of green like I also used for the queues. So for example, these scissor lifts here are a little bit green, and this mini golf path as well. Just to add a little bit of variety in the colors here. Now for this section, yeah, I just added some more bushes over here. And some ruins, just to fill up this area. Alright, and now we've gotten to the point in the episode where it's time to add another patron to the park as an entertainer. Alright. Plague Doctor. I think it's a fitting area to put the patron named Plague Doctor in. Thank you so much for becoming a patron, and I really hope you enjoy your spot in the park. Now a big shout out to all my patrons who you can see here on the left. A big thank you for supporting my channel, and if you're watching this and you also want to support my channel, you can find a link to my Patreon channel in the video description. The support is truly appreciated. Alright, so let's do a quick recap of everything that was built in this episode. I started off by changing these walls from the black or grey wooden pattern to these ruins. I think it definitely makes these walls nicer to look at. After that, I created this Junior Boomerang coaster, or Family Boomerang, and I decided to call it a Doomerang. What I like most about this coaster is the finish here, where it almost goes over the top. And if these brakes weren't there, it would definitely crash down into this swamp here. Now here's a little temple with a crooked house in it. Call it the Temple of Illusion. And then here in the Cyan area, I've also added several rides. Here we have a little carousel with these swan vehicles, which the guests actually pedal themselves. And over here we have a little jet ski ride, where these jet skis also travel around the platform. And finally, of course, here's the main attraction that I added today. It's a big single rail coaster called Will-O-the-Wisp. Now for this coaster I actually slightly reduced the excitement rating of the coaster. And you may wonder, why would I do something like that? Well, actually it's a terrible capacity coaster. So if lots of guests head towards the ride because the excitement rating is so high, well, they will encounter a queue that's already full. So it's probably not a good idea to have so many guests head for it. So I just slightly reduced the excitement rating. And lots of inversions on this coaster. I think it's a pretty cool layout. Alright, and with that, the Misery Marsh has been completely filled in. Now all that's now left to do is to decorate the map edge and probably just fill in some spots with some more foliage and decorations here and there. Now this was definitely one of my favorite areas to work on so far. It's a really strange theme, really weird theme, and I always like building in crazy, weird themes. So that was really fun. Now I think we can end this episode with a ride on the 2 coasters that I built today. If you enjoyed watching me build, please consider giving this video a like. It would really help out my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, you can always subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Please let me know what you think of everything I built in the comments. And I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.